WCW Nitro versus WWF Raw is war.
Today is May 5th.
1997, brother!
I'm Spencer.
And I'm JD.
And this is The Heel Turn.
Brother!
Man, starting things off in Nitro, we get Rick, Flair, Roddy Piper, and was it Kevin Green?
Yes.
Coming out. I just call him Green on my notes.
Same here.
Yeah, whatever. Green with an E. Ew. I gotta be honest with you. So there's this scene that comes where this NWO drape comes down when they make their way to the announcement. Or the announcer's table, and then they're like, "Oh, get that thing out of here!" And then one drops in on the front. I was laughing. I was laughing pretty hard. I was like, "Ah!" They're like, well, I've got something to say. And I was like, "Why is this a thing?" There's a 44-minute episode of Nitro, and they're like, "Let's just do some shenanigans up front, and then you guys make your way to the ring." Bitch, get in the ring. So they get to the ring, and they ask the question, "Hey, Roddy Piper, why the fuck were you not backing up Ric Flair?" And he goes, "Flair was doing just fine." Hard cut to his back and slap.
Getting slapped.
Roddy!
He hit the figure 4 at one point.
Whatever.
Earned a badge for that.
Yeah. James Dillon comes out
Full
of
name.
nowhere, by the way.
Yeah.
And just goes, "The deals are legal. I need you to defend WCW. You gotta come in here with your head on straight." To which Roddy Piper responds, "My head's never on straight." Sounds like a personal problem. Flair, it goes to Flair, and Flair again reiterates, 6, I don't like you. I want to kick your ass. And when we wrestle in, I believe, North Carolina, check to see there will be no potholes. And I'm like, oh, great, one small area that has no potholes. What about the rest of the United States?
Yeah, come on, we got potholes everywhere.
And then as they're there, the Public Enemy music comes on. And they're making their way to the stage. And I don't know if you saw the interaction. They're just like, Ric Flair's just like, "Hey guys, what's up?" Just like passing by them as they're trying to set up their tables.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened.
I thought it was supposed to be
They were gonna say more.
in traditional wrestling when something like that happens, like for Public Enemy for some reason would start trash talking them and they'd like create a match.
Yeah.
But in this one, it was literally, I guess they were so crunched for time. It was literally just like a live transition.
Doom, and then like Rick's like. So, yeah, he just passes by him. And then Rocco looks a little sad coming to the stage because he was the only one. Well, they were both carrying their own tables, but he was just like. Anyway, that brings us to our first match.
Public Enemy versus Conan and Hugh Morrus and with Jimmy Hart.
Yay.
They brawl outside a little bit. They try to put Jimmy Hart through the table, but Conan saves him. They try for a double-decker table spot where they put Conan like on the first table and then put a table over him.
He's the meat to the bun.
At some point with tables, like in wrestling, like the physics start to run out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like at a certain point, it's like, okay, this doesn't like hurt somebody, or this doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, does it hurt? Like just getting a table spot normally? Realistically?
Conceptually, yes. Like it would hurt to be put through a table. Like a real table. Obviously not a table that's already broken.
Sawdust table.
But in a real situation, yes, it should hurt to be put through a table.
Yeah, but with the sandwich that they were doing, you just gotta ask questions.
Because with a sandwich, you're going through the first one. Like alone. Like nobody's...
I can't wait to go through that table so I can put you through the second one.
Yeah.
Excuse me? It just seems dangerous because sharp edges and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess theoretically, if the table, when you break it, crushes down on the person in it, like, that could, like, kill somebody, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're going for? I don't think the rivalry's that bad.
Too bad, physically speaking, if you're going through the middle of it, they spread out.
Yeah, so, like, at the worst, like, punch through your thighs or something?
Yeah, and you're cushioning the blow because you're taking the first hit.
Yeah. There's a lot of questions about this.
And no answers. Public Enemy is my literal enemy.
But Conan moves out of the way, and Johnny Grunge just drops through both tables. So there
He's
you go.
out.
Yeah.
To put into perspective, he's like, I'm going to get rid of myself so I could get rid of one of them, and you'll have an honest match against the other guy. That's his thought process.
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot.
Rocco hits. It becomes a 2-on-1 against Rocco. Rocco hits a pretty cool springboard moonsault on him. I think it's like almost like a.
It was actually really nice.
Yeah. Good form. But then he's just double teamed. They eventually collide. Hugh Morrus superplexes Rock through a table with Conan on the table. That's weird. Hugh Morrus pins, he gets the win, and the crowd is confused and dead.
Yeah, because they're like, who pinned who? Who pinned who?
To this match's credit, a lot of stuff happened with tables.
Whatever.
Can't say nothing happened.
I think it's also important to note that Conan and Hugh Morrus came out with chairs. Or no, their own table and a chair, I think.
So the intent, the whole match was to use tables.
Yeah, but it just goes to show how easy it is to replace Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Bring your own tables, and then now you're Public Enemy.
Yeah.
What the fuck? We get over to next match, Rey Mysterio versus Six. Rey Mysterio comes out in the Spider-Man garb.
And he's throwing the...
What? Initially, he comes crawling. I'm like, what the fuck is his problem? I'm like, wait, what are those on his boots? And then, bam, Spider-Man. I'm like, oh, looking sick, right? Because, he can have the get-up, but he might not have the, the whole setup on. And I was like, oh, cool. Spider-Man, he goes, and it stuck to his hands. He's like, shit, I need to break it first. So he breaks it, and he goes, yeah, I'm fucking Spider-Man, bitch. And rips his shit off, makes his way into the stage, right into the ring. And then Six comes out. Six does not come out with his, what's it called? With his wrestling gear on, comes out in jeans and shirt, tucked in because that's the 90s style. With Scott Hall and Kevin Nash as well. They all get in the ring and they're all like, hey, we're going to fuck you up, dog. And then Six eventually wrestles. It's a really short match, if I remember correctly, from last night.
Yeah.
But there was a really cool counter to the Bronco Buster that happened. Went straight in the balls. Right by his legs up. You don't really see that happen all the time. Most of the time they just dodge it.
Yeah.
So I guess he's like feeling confident, like, hey man, counter it. I'm pretty sure you're not going to hit my balls. I think he hit his balls. But
oh, my balls!
Yeah, what do I know? NWO interferes at that point, or after a little bit further into the match. You get a, what's it called? Outsider's Edge. I wrote down Razor's Edge. On Rey Mysterio, and then a buzzkill on Rey Mysterio, in which he submits. This submission hold is held for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Because Rey's just sitting there like this the whole time getting throttled. Meanwhile, James J. Dillon comes back out with Nick Patrick, who I guess is being reinstated.
Yeah.
Or it looks like it anyway. He's wearing a WCW shirt. He's like, I don't like you anymore. And then the rest of the NWO comes out, minus Hogan at this time. I believe this is... No, it's later on that I know something. They come out so much.
Yeah.
On the show. Anyway.
In a 44-minute show, they come out tons of times.
Yeah, like 3 times. Eric Bischoff comes out too as well. And he pretty much says like, I run this bitch. It is the best way to put it. I control this. James J. Dillon actually has no power, and he just stands there, thinks a little bit awkward. Yeah. Six suddenly yells at him and goes, you're not going to do to me, or you're not going to get away with what you did to me with McMahon. And
yeah, I loved it.
Like, all right, man, damn. And I don't even remember what Nash said, but Nash was just like, New York!
He said something about New York, which is also a reference to...
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, the fuck ever. I don't know James J. Dillon. Really at all.
I don't know what his role necessarily was in WWF.
It was weird.
But he was working there backstage. I can't remember what his role exactly was.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just a really weird thing where Rey loses and it's just weird. Awkward.
Next up, Hogan and Bischoff enter. Hogan poses with his shirt off.
Yeah.
And Eric salivates over it.
Yeah. Hits him with the, you know something? Well, you know something.
Eric, when are you going to fight Sting? Hogan says he's excited the NWO is taking out Flair, Piper, and Green. And then we get "We Want Sting" chants. Alright. Hogan says bring Sting out and I'll treat him like yesterday's rubbish. Once a god, always a god, he says about himself. They wait for Sting.
It doesn't come out.
He says, alright, later. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Next we get Lord Steven Regal versus Meng.
Oh my god.
They start brawling. It's obviously this ends immediately. Dungeon of Doom on the outside. Regal fights Sullivan. The match is called. So they all, break it up immediately.
Yeah.
Meng puts on the death grip, but they just keep fighting. And now Dungeon of Doom is trying to pull Meng off Regal. You don't see that very often, where Meng just is out of control, and Dungeon of Doom don't want him to hurt Regal for some reason. This is very confusing.
It is.
I thought Regal was a heel.
It gets worse.
Okay.
Well, no, I mean, it gets. Did you also? So here's the other thing that happens that fucking pissed me off. So obviously, they come out and they do all that shit. They pull him off. They pull Meng off, and then he puts the death grip back on, which is really just like, oh, you're so cute, like that. And Jackie grabs him to be like, hey, come on, you gotta let go. And then now Sullivan's like, no, Jackie, you need to leave. He's like, he's not gonna get off of him or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm okay with him doing it now. I'm like, in the same instance, you were trying to pull him off, but now you're okay with it. Fucking Kevin Sullivan, man.
This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, we fade to black because Regal's just getting choked. I wish I was there for that match, just so I can be like, all right, how did they all awkwardly walk out?
Yeah.
So. Someone's dying. Anyway, we get a quick DDP promo where he talks about the NWO and the interaction with the DDP. It's cool to hype him up. I always like DDP. He's a true people's champ, so you're like, oh, hey, I want to root for the underdog. He's like, freaking, he's old at this point. And then he finally comes out.
Yeah.
And his wife trips. Slips up, making her way down, because it's all graded down the what's it called. So she's like, just fallen, and DDP comes out with, obviously, Kimberly, with Okerlund, just to talk about, like, where he's been and all that shit. Hits him with the, Okerlund, and then brags about the Jersey Shore, and the bars and the fights he used to get into.
Yeah.
And then he says a really awkward line, because the thing about defining the moment is you define the moment or the moment defines you.
Yeah. I liked it.
No, but the build up for it. I'm not saying the right words. I was just like, I get where the line is at.
Yeah, it kind of had like McGillicuddy vibes to it. Didn't it?
There's a badge right there. Yeah. McGillicuddy. Oh, man. So
the thing about the moment is that it's the moment that defines the moment.
In time. In this moment. So Kim also throws a barb at Savage and says that, I forget the line. She says there's light traffic.
He has a one-track mind, but the traffic is very light.
And then DDP's like, Savage! And then, brother man! Macho Man interferes, says he'll fight DDP if he wasn't hurt.
That's logical.
You don't say. Okay, whatever. Gets our next match, Alex Wright versus Jeff Jarrett.
I did want to say about the DDP thing. He said, I got 2 words for you. Diamond cutter. Bang! And I wrote technically 3 words.
Technically 3 words. Very true. Very true.
Anyway, go ahead.
You're that kind of guy. Mr. DDP, sir. It's 3.
Diamond. 3.
Yeah. So, as weird as that was, we get Alex Wright coming out to the stage in his generic techno music. And then Jeff Jarrett with Deborah. No Mongo. Breaks my heart. Traditional wrestling match in the sense of how it starts. We get a lot of transitions, a lot of quick holds. Of course, Alex Wright is being underutilized at this point.
He always showcases like all the things he can do in every match, like really quickly. Because of WCW doesn't have long matches.
He's like, yeah, watch me do a backflip right here.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a 360 off of this one.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, hey, that's great. And then he's like dead by the end of the minute.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what happens. He's showing out being very dominant in the sense of, well, not really dominant, but, He knocks on Jeff Jarrett, and then he dances in the direction of Deborah, and Jeff don't like that.
No.
Hits a figure four, and Alex Wright, after tackling him to the ground or just hitting him with his forearm, submission, and I have Why Is This a Match? It's just because to remind you that he might have a match.
JJ has a match at
Slamboree.
Is he going up against Chris Benoit? No, Dean Malenko. I think he's going up against Dean Malenko at the pay-per-view.
All I care about is Reggie White and Mongo, who are probably both in their own performance center.
Yeah.
It's going to be a horrible match. I can't wait.
Like, Mongo, you've been here for... You're already... Okay.
Mongo.
You're doing tombstones to people.
Bring your notebook out. Bring your notebook. I don't want to bring my notebook. Bring your notebook.
We get Liz Mark Jr. It's his debut. Versus Glacier. Liz Mark opens up with some punches, flips off of the turnbuckle, gets kicked. Glacier wins.
No, he doesn't just get kicked. He gets kicked by the cryogenic kick.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing about that is I was writing notes for their names, and then he
match ended? Yeah.
I was like, excuse me? What?
10 seconds.
Awful.
But, of course, the story is Vandenberg and Mortis attack him from behind. Glacier takes control and kicks Mortis into the corner, but doesn't see the big man behind him. Yeah. The big guy hits a rock bottom and beats him up. Mortis hits the flatliner on him. They beat him in the back with a scepter that doesn't look painful at all.
It looks rubber.
And Glacier's pulled out of the ring by medics. So I guess they're continuing this story. I don't know. I guess it's kind of evolving because now he's at least fighting Mortis.
Yeah.
But he's still getting beat up at the end. So
how are they going to address his icy wounds?
Yeah.
Pour some water over it. No, that'll melt the ice.
Don't do it.
His body temperature's dropping. That's normal.
Yeah.
He's healing.
I'm Sub-Zero. I'm Glacier.
There's a funny part in there. I think it's who says it? Larry Zbyszko, I think. He goes, yeah, Mike Tenay cornered me in a room talking about Liz Mark Sr. How Brady was. I was just like, oh my god, I can totally see that though.
Yeah.
I bet she was like, hey, wait a second, guys.
Could you imagine that being like a horror movie? Is Mike Tenay cornering people talking about Mexican wrestling?
Tenay today.
Like, so there's somebody in this room.
It's a good Tenay to die.
It just looks in the mirror, like the camera shifts, and it's just Mike Tenay there. He's like, remember Eddie Guerrero Sr.?
And then it cuts. Coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh man, we go to our main event. Harlem Heat versus the Giant and Lex Luger. Harlem Heat comes out. You want heat? You're gonna get it. Is what Sherry says. I feel really bad because we're approaching the point where Sherry is no longer going to be with the team. It breaks my heart. Because I just love hearing her random skills.
That's the best.
But it is what it is. Giant comes out, no music, and he just makes his way to the stage. And it's really just him getting a mic, and he goes, Lex Luger's not here. And they sort of allude to it 5 seconds before Giant comes out.
I had no idea Lex Luger was injured. They pretended like he was injured or something the whole night.
Yeah, they said he was injured in Japan.
Did they say it at the beginning of the show or something?
I think they said it towards the middle.
I totally missed it.
And then they said it again like right before Giant came out.
And then I remember right before Giant came out, he's like, "Oh, by the way, Lex Luger's hurt." I said, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah, right as he's about to speak. And so he goes, I do have a partner for you. And then he goes, DDP. And then DDP's music kicks on. I'm like, my man, get ready to come out. We're going to tear it up. It's going to be a good match. And then I looked at the time and saw there was only 5 minutes left. And I was like, no, we're not having a match. Yeah. What soon followed is DDP comes out with Kimberly. And then, what was it? Who hits him immediately?
Hogan beats DDP up with a crutch.
Yes. And then Macho Man's got the other one because where do you think the crutch came from? Hogan doesn't carry those around on his own.
Yeah.
And then, of course, what's your name's there too? Liz is there. And pretty much all the NWO. comes out. Harlem Heat gets jumped. Giant gets jumped. DDP gets jumped. Kim gets jumped. She gets her hair pulled by Randy Savage. Randy Savage is weird because he immediately goes after her all the time. And I'm just like, bro, weird. Anyway, you get Macho Man and Hulk Hogan that come onto the announcer table as everyone else is getting jumped. First time seeing M. Wall Street back. That was interesting.
I did not even notice.
I saw him and I was like, hey, look at this guy. He didn't quit after all. But if they show him quitting again, I'm going to laugh.
Yeah.
So, they're getting jumped. And that's kind of how it ends with Hulk Hogan and Macho Man taunting everybody.
Oh, and Flair, Green, and Piper.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
They get beaten up. So
they come out and they get beaten up. And it's so much like madness that's going on. The announcers, prior to Hulk Hogan and Macho Man taking over the announcer table, didn't even know that Roddy Piper came out. They're like, there's Flair, there's Green. And then like halfway through, oh, there's Roddy! And then they're off the what's it called? All in all, weird fucking end.
WWF Raw starts out with the Hart Foundation. Owen says, we're winners. Winners! You wrote that?
He's carrying every, they got so much gold, man.
Dude, Owen Hart is like quietly the best person on the show.
He's awesome. I love it.
Because everything he says is not on a microphone. And it just sounds like this whiny little brat.
Yeah. Oh, God,
awesome.
He's got the voice for it.
We get the USA chants. They think Brett thanks fans around the world. For American fans, tough titties, said the kitty, just like Shawn Michaels said. He thanks Pillman for his words. Thanks Owen for dedicating the IC match to him. Thanks Bulldog for trashing Taker. Thanks Jim Neidhart for helping him in the last Raw when he could have died from Stone Cold. He complains about Austin, about the Violent Society, and Stone Cold will be here tonight, but I bet he doesn't have the jam to take on.
Oh, God. He's trying to get that over. I hate that.
Yeah, he says it a couple times. American fans, you hate me, don't you? Well, I hate all of you. The Hart Foundation has the gold, and then Brian says, do unto others and enjoy it. Tonight, they want to wipe out Shawn Michaels. And they're going in the back to find him right now and hurt him. Stone Cold is yet to arrive.
Very threatening. There's also a line that he says, he goes, Austin won't be, well, no, that's the first part. He goes, he's going to be a broken pile of broken bones or something like that. It's like, excuse me? But whatever.
That sounds like a Bret Hart thing. Broken pile of broken bones.
I'm not sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. We get Ahmed versus Rockabilly. Match starts off fairly strong in Ahmed's favor. I mean, it's fucking Ahmed. What do you expect? Fruit cuts in. It says he recruited ghetto men to fight against Crush. We'll see that.
Do you think that was like on his like checklist? He's like ghetto, and he's
dude,
like,
he's got to say black ass every single time, and he's got to say ghetto. No, he only mentions it this time. But still, I'm just like, okay.
On a scale of 1 to...
I bet you anything. Vince is like, come on, you gotta show you're urban, you know?
I like that he's interviewing these guys.
Yeah.
He's like, on a scale of 1 to NWA, how ghetto are you? Right. I'm like an Easy E. He's like, interesting. It's a good start.
Solid 9. Yeah, no, it's funny too because afterwards he's like, and I'm gonna be over there, I'm gonna whoop his black ass. Nice having you here. He cuts the call with him. Go back to the match, of course, Rockabilly hits Sleeper. And then he goes for his guitar to knock Ahmed while, what's his name? I always forget his name because I don't like him. Right?
Why don't I know? I should know it because I'm not a. I like him. What is his stupid name? Not Rockabilly, obviously. Oh, longest reigning Intercontinental Honky Tonk Man. Yeah. God
damn. Honky Tonk distracts the ref. Rockabilly goes for the guitar. Ahmed counters it, hits a guitar on Billy when the ref has turned around and seen DQ at that point. DQ finished with Rockabilly still winning as a result.
Quite a win streak for Rockabilly.
Yeah, he's killing it. Lawler mentions to JR not to mention fried chicken and collard greens.
Woo!
Or he'll lose his Kmart, or he'll lose favor with Kmart shoppers or some shit.
Oh my god.
I said, bitch, what? I had my headphones on. I was looking at something else and I heard that and I was just like, excuse me? What the fuck? God, Lawler's a fucking dumbass sometimes. He says some stupid shit.
Dude.
That wasn't a good line. He said some other stuff that's funny, but I was just like, this is just ignorance. Come on, man. Don't be a dumbass.
Oh my god. We got Hart Foundation looking for Sean in the back.
Oh, this is actually funny.
Yeah, I love it. And I love Owen just like screaming stuff while they're doing this. I'll go check the next room. He's not back there.
He sounds like a nasally. Oh god.
We got a Ken Shamrock vignette, and now we got Vader versus Goldust. Shamrock comes out to commentate.
Yeah.
Stone Cold still has not been located.
Oh no.
Where's that guy? And WWF title has gone missing.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Goldust beats up Vader in the corner, kisses him. Vader squashes Goldust. Vader trash talks Shamrock. Of course, they have a match coming up at the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, because he's a bully.
Bully. Don't be a star. Goldust hits a nasty power slam from the corner, but Vader ends up winning with his Vader bomb. Vader challenges Shamrock, spits on him, then they have a brawl. But it was a trap, because Mankind attacks Shamrock, and they double team him for a little bit, but Goldust makes the save, so Goldust is still alive, apparently.
He's like, stay off my Shamrock.
Yeah. Potential tag team, Goldust and Shamrock? Gold Rock?
Ooh, nice. I'm actually... This is a weird matchup. I wouldn't even expect them to wrestle, to be honest. And that power slam, I was like, your back's probably hurting.
Yeah.
He also, Shamrock mentions while he's commentating, I dislike this guy very much.
Yeah.
Just to point out how angry he is.
Shamrock, gotta hype this match up. Okay.
You got it.
I dislike you.
Okay.
Shamrock. Like,
give me more. Give me more.
you know, like how a human gets mad? Like, try that. We get a little Goldust vignette where he talks about his emotions and his dad and how he wants to break out of that. And he gets letters from the gays telling him how he makes he's an inspiration.
That's nice. Good for him. And then there's a weird segment where him and his wife keep cutting each other off.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, all right, end this.
Hold on.
We go to the Hart Foundation, still looking for Shawn Michaels. They think they have someone coming out of the bathroom. They hear a toilet flushing. Door opens. There's men with long hair and jeans, and they grab him. They're like, we got him. And they start wrestling him. He turns around, and it is not Shawn Michaels. And then they go...
Yeah, he's beating him up anyway.
They keep beating him up, and this is what stands out to me. You don't have to be that over the top with your humor.
Yeah.
Just stuff like this is gonna keep me interested and laughing. Yeah. It's very good because the Hart Foundation is like, you take them seriously, but they're also really funny.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is great.
The perfect mixture of comedy and seriousness. Mostly comedy, though, honestly.
Yeah, pretty much. We get immediately jump to the next scene. We have Nation of Domination already in the ring, talking. And they're like, and we're back. Another thing, motherfucker. Farouk is that kind of motherfucker. He has a sling on, but he's using his fucking arm. He's like this initially, we're gonna do this, blah, blah, blah. And then by the end of this, he's like, so in another thing, and one more time, I'm gonna let you know. Which they call out later on. But Farouk fumbles his promo as well. Because he says, what is it? We're gonna get 3 guys that have come out here that are gonna fight Crush, and then when they fight Crush and he beats them all, you'll know how strong he is at the pay-per-view when he black ass at the pay-per-view. I was like, I rewatched it like 4 times. It's like, okay.
Well, as soon as you start those promos and you got all this adrenaline, and then you end up not going anywhere.
And then the circulation cuts off right here to your head, and you're just, Black ass. He's hitting his points. Black ass ghetto pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So,
do you imagine that Vince like was like setting up those promos? He's like, I want you to make sure that you mention he has black ass.
yeah.
And call him ghetto. And do all that.
His ass keeps falling out of his tights. Just take advantage of it.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Vince.
It's like, Vince, I don't know how to talk like that. You gotta up your black, right?
Yeah. Come on.
Mike. He's like, oh my god.
Damn.
So Crush comes out, Crush is already there.
Yeah.
Against the Three Goons. I really didn't put any notes in this one. He crushes the first guy.
Yep. Same.
Pretty easy. The second guy he hits with the Hart punch, and the third guy comes out with the Green Bay Packers jacket on, which I've seen many people wear that. By the way, they're in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I believe this is the year that they won the Super Bowl.
Oh.
So they are the champions. So, he's getting fucking props. So we got a Green Bay Packers jacket on, hood up, and then we have a stocking over the head, just to ensure you can't see a certain black ass. Comes in, hits the Pearl, was it Pearl Harbor? What?
Pearl River plunge. Not the Pearl Harbor plunge.
The Pearl River plunge.
That's what the Japanese hit on us.
Yeah, it's Ultimate Dragons. Hits the Pearl River plunge on, what's it called? And then he pins him on Crush. He pins him, and that's embarrassing, by the way. Immediately runs out, and then he takes everything off, and they're like, who was it? And then they're like, wait, they did the Pearl River plunge. That must be Ahmed. By the time he gets back up the ramp, Farouk's like, hey, get back here. He takes his shit off, and he goes, that's right, motherfucker. And it's like, who am I? What's my name? That's right, motherfucker. And the crowd's just like, oh man. This shit was hilarious. I love it when they curse a lot, and they don't cut away from it, and you can read their lips, and they're just going, that's right, motherfucker. So yeah, great suit all along, because that was more humor too.
Yeah. Hart Foundation is hunting him in the parking lot. I love that they're dashing around the camera, looking under cars and stuff. It's amazing.
Bret Hart's like, check that barrel over there.
Yeah, check over there on that barrel.
Fuck. God.
But they're kind of dumb because HBK enters the ring. So, solution, HBK's here. They talk about Stone Cold for a bit. HBK isn't trying to help Austin. He's trying to hurt the Hart Foundation. So if Stone Cold thinks they're teaming up, got another thing coming. Seems to be the trend lately to cut down the audience. But HBK is going to just suck up to the audience. He says that actually out loud.
Do you think that was a jab at WCW?
No, I don't think so. Why would you say that?
No, I was just like, it seems to be a trend. I was like, I don't know if he's talking about trends.
I think he's just talking about the Hart Foundation, saying like, you guys are a bunch of animals.
Well then, I mean, technically, Stone Cold does too, right?
And maybe he's talking about Stone Cold as well.
And Undertaker, he just can't stop.
I
hate you all. You guys are assholes.
The Harts run in a pack, but the Clique runs in a herd. That was a WCW thing, I think. I mean, slightly. Because obviously he's got Nash, and so they're bigger than just the WWE.
I hate the analogy though.
Yeah, it doesn't quite make it like
sheep, the herd of sheep.
Because you're still by yourself, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
HBK will return to action at King of the Ring. Oh my God. Brett, you may not like a society like ours that gives Homer Simpson icon status. If you don't like it, don't let the door hit you on the way out. That's the old American, if you don't like it, leave it kind of thing.
Oh, God.
Which is absolutely horseshit, but whatever. He's going to tear the Hitman to pieces. And then Brett says, hey, boy toy. And I love this line. You can make fun of me all you want, but don't make fun of the Simpsons.
Excuse me? I was like, that shit got real.
Yeah.
This is a shoot. This is now a shoot.
I love the idea that Brett likes the Simpsons. That's funny. Sean takes off his shirt, screaming, and the girls, and then the crowd starts screaming. And then Hart says, is that the guys or the girls?
Is that for the guys or the girls, eh?
Oh my God.
I was like, that's good, Brett. That was good. I appreciate that.
I love that.
He's occasionally good on his feet. Occasionally.
When he's just shooting off the cuff like that, he's awesome. But yeah. They wants him to take on Jim Neidhart now. Of course, they start fighting, and then the Harts just run in and attack. But the Legion of Doom runs in and makes the save for Bret Hart.
Good old LOD.
Yeah.
When are they going to get their promo to say, it wasn't to help you?
Yeah, it was to hurt the Hart.
Yeah.
I love this. This is Bret being the best Bret he could possibly be.
Best Bret. Right there.
Shawn Michaels is Shawn Michaels, whatever. Good and bad, whatever. But I like the way that Bret is being characterized right now.
Yeah.
Just letting him say stupid things to be funny and, off the cuff. Love it.
It's a blast. Oh yeah, and then there's the last scene where they show Shawn Michaels with a chair in the background.
Now he's hunting the Harts.
He was straight up about to curse. he looks one way, he looks another way, and he's like, God damn it, get out of my freaking way! Yeah. I was like, no, you weren't going to say that. We go to our next match. Doug Furnas and Phil LaFont versus LOD. We've got Hawk and LaFont in. I had to Google to make sure I got the names right.
Yeah.
But I was like, I know for sure now I will not mess it up. It's a sort of a turnbuckle to turnbuckle brawl with them getting tossed in and out.
Are we going to talk about that hilariously bad promo?
Which one?
It's either Furnas or LaFont. I don't know.
Oh no, you hit that. I didn't even write.
It just made me laugh so hard. He says and I'm gonna say it like the exact same way that he said it. It's easy to see we are the most exciting team in the WWF. Says it like that. If this was done on purpose, that's genius. To make them like the most boring team.
I don't know if they were that self-aware.
But I don't know that they're that self-aware. If they were though, that is like Lance Storm. Like later on, there's going to be a wrestler called Lance Storm, and he said he constantly starts his promos with, "If I could be serious for a moment," and he's like the most boring guy ever.
Is that on purpose?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
But if they're doing that, that is genius.
They didn't have. I don't think in this era they had the privilege to do that.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we gotta make money, man.
Yeah. I doubt it, but it is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, we would have won if they were cheering for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I suppose. Furnace with them bars. Anyway, so we get Furnace and Animal in afterwards. I don't know if you saw this, but I saw this. Legion of Doom's really pushing this no selling to competition, or they just did not want to sell.
That's Legion of Doom, isn't it?
I haven't seen enough matches to know for sure. But I just saw it, especially here. There's a lot of like clotheslines that they're just like there's a lot of punches that they don't even react to.
Yeah.
Things just fell off. I don't know if that's a good thing. Don't do that. We get LaFont taunting the crowd. I believe he's fighting Hawk outside the ring, and he slams him, and then he goes, "You see that? That could be you!" Like a random audience member. He's probably scarred for life. It's probably a kid, and he's like, "Fucking nay!" We get Furnace and LaFont with a double suplex onto Animal onto the ref's leg. I don't know if you saw that. Ref was limping.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh my God!" Then took a injection. Now he's feeling better.
Yeah.
And then Animal actually hits a suplex on both of them back, which is testament to the raw strength of Animal.
Though you got to be careful. I guess I could see it with somebody like that, but like just physics wise, it doesn't. It's very difficult to do that.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like you guys got to keep up. You know.
Yeah.
Let's see. We get British Bulldog coming out to down the ramp towards the ring at that point. He distracts Animal at that point. LaFont, I believe, is still in the ring wrestling against Hawk. Owen Hart comes, hits Hawk with or brings his head down.
Guillotine.
Guillotine. Thank you. And then LaFont's like, "Oh, bet I'm gonna pin this bitch." And then he goes in. Wait, hold on. Yeah, 3 count on Hawk by LaFont, and then Shawn Michaels, I guess it's shown in the background or in the back, is getting jumped. the rest of the Hart Foundation is still in the ring at this point.
Yeah.
And then who is it? It's Neidhart, Brett,
And
Pillman.
Pillman. Yeah.
Are jumping. Well, I mean, Brett can't.
Hart's just like
He's
rolling
just
over
like,
him with his
yeah, get him with the punch.
Yeah.
Hit him in his face.
Punch him in the face.
Tell him I like the Simpsons.
Yeah.
and then Austin just comes in from outside, I guess. And then his music plays in his head. And then he starts wailing on no one, really. Because Pillman just rolls away Brett, and then Neidhart runs away too. So, like, I'm just like, okay. Yeah, that's the worst part about his plan. He's like, I gotta get someone to roll me out, otherwise I'm fucked.
I love it.
Yeah, but Stone Cold just sort of backs him up, but that's sort of how we leave that. And then immediately after that, you hear the dong for the Undertaker.
Taker shows up, interviews with Vince, or Vince interviews him, I guess I should say. He says, I am the champion, and of course he says, I am the champion. Defender of the belt that belongs to the creatures of the night. Someone has decided to take it upon themselves to steal it. You are playing a deadly game. I respect Austin's flame of fury, but I won't lose to him at the pay-per-view. Give me back my belt, and also I'm going to beat you, Austin, for that belt that I don't have.
Give my belt back! It goes into the ground.
Alright, next up we get Stone Cold versus British Bulldog.
Are you sure that Sonny doesn't come out?
And yeah, Sonny shows up first to promote the Austin 316 shirt.
Oh my god, dude. I was like, this is so fucking dumb. I thought she was going to say something, and she's like, no, I'm just going to show a shirt. And then she left.
Yeah.
Depressing.
Bulldog eventually comes out, but seems reluctant. Stone Cold starts out strong. We got a pretty decent match between these two. Bulldog's in control after the break. Blatantly kicks him in the balls. It looks like Stone Cold has something on his nose. I don't quite get it. I don't know. I was looking, I guess, too closely, but like something. Maybe not. I don't know. Austin takes control, tries for the sharpshooter, gets kicked off. It's interesting. I wonder if that's like his new like submission, based off his history now. Just to use the sharpshooter. Bulldog dominates some more, but Stone Cold counters with a power slam. Eventually, he hits the stunner and wins. He's attacked by Owen and Anvil. I said Anvil, but that's Neidhart. Yeah. Owen hits Austin with the WWF title belt, so Owen has stolen it. Or I guess the Harts, I guess.
Yeah.
One of them. LOD attacks. Furnace and LaVon help the Harts. They fight for some reason. HBK attacks the Harts. So yeah, we got a big brawl in there. We have a Donnybrook, according to Vince McMahon. I love when he says Donnybrook.
God.
You ever heard it being referred to as a Donnybrook?
You asked me if I ever heard of that before, like the last time it was mentioned.
Yeah.
I told you no, then you explained it, and then I forgot it. That's how much I don't care.
Yeah.
Like fucking Vince and his colloquialisms or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally like a, what do you call it? Like a, he's from Greenwich, Connecticut, or that's where he lives or something. Like somewhere, like that's totally a thing they might say there.
Oh, God.
Cobblestone streets. Undertaker shows up. He attacks Owen, of course, because of the title. HBK takes out Owen and Neidhart, chases off the Harts. Now it's just Stone Cold and Taker in the ring. Stone Cold picks up the title belt and holds it up like he's a champion. Taker snatches it back, places it in the center of the ring, and they start brawling until they get pulled apart. And this goes on for probably longer than it should. I'm not as a huge fan of the build-up for the Taker versus Stone Cold stuff. It seems like they're just, Undertaker's just in his own world and Stone Cold's involved with all the cool stuff. Yeah. Like, why would you then just fight Taker? That doesn't make any sense.
Like, you need your head on straight to fight Taker. On how they build him up.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, let me just feud with everybody else, too. Bitch. So, did you see the sign?
No, is there a cool sign?
There's a sign that says, "You're still effing gay." Right before Taker and Stone Cold fight, this guy does this.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh man, I love that shit because it was blatant. He was like, I was like, oh my god, what a sign, man.
That's awesome.
It says effing. He doesn't actually say it, but.
Alright, well, what's the show of the night?
Raw, man.
For sure. Raw has been doing a really good job of like having full like stories for each episode. And they got like a continuous
Excluding the
story.
Undertaker stuff, I don't know.
Yeah, I just mean like a story that runs through.
Oh, that goes through.
Like a through line story, and
This
like
is the theme for this week.
the first time they did it was like two Raws ago, where it was Stone Cold taking out the Hearts.
Yeah.
Then it was Brian Pillman's entrance,
Prayer
like
thing.
doing prayer, and they're taking out Stone Cold eventually.
Mm-hmm.
This one was Shawn Michaels and the Hearts.
Yeah.
Just like
Good
awesome.
storytelling.
You're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen on this show? I love it. WCW is cool too. I like that they're able to cram a lot of good content into one show.
Cram being the word.
Yeah, because their shows are shorter right now. Do we ever figure out why?
No. But they're on TNT. I bet you they're sharing the time slot with something. Like something that they have no control over.
Yeah.
Like Robin Hood. And then La Femme Nikita. Shortly after.
What's the best match?
Best match. God, I don't even know. I can't even give it by default to anyone because there's so many like DQ finishes and run-ins. The only real match I think was Vader versus Goldust. Everything else was a DQ finish or something.
Was Stone Cold versus British Bulldog?
Yeah, they interfered.
No, but it's still he still won with the stunner.
Did he pin him?
Yeah.
Yeah, give it to them. Yeah, God. Yeah, everything else is just sort of plain. Worst match, I'm going to give it to Rey Mysterio versus Six. That was a very stupid match for people who... I don't really like Six, but everyone keeps talking about how he has a lot of talent, and that's cool. If he has a lot of talent, why aren't you showcasing it? I didn't pay to see this person's face.
I'm going to say it's the Lord Steven Regal versus Mang.
Oh, that one's pretty shit, too.
Because
You know what, yeah,
with WCW, a lot of times their matches are all short, so you have to even take into consideration kind of what happens after. And it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, the NWO, when they came out after 6, doesn't make sense either, because you're just like, oh, you have no power. What does that have to do with Rey Mysterio? Why is everyone jumping Rey Mysterio, by the way?
Yeah.
What the fuck? They just put him in the hospital. He comes out, I'm Spider-Man, you're gonna get your ass kicked tonight. What?
Maybe they're just trying to get heat on Six or something, but they already have all the heat.
Yeah, they don't need it.
I don't get that.
He's gonna slap Flair one of these episodes, and that's all you need.
I guess let's give a badge of different times to that sign at the end of Raw.
Can we get a badge called Week of Wrestling, but it's WEAK of Wrestling?
Oh, okay.
I'm just, but I just it wasn't all there. Whatever. Yeah, Raw wins. Worst matches. We already talked about that. What do you guys think is the worst match? And who do you think won? Let us know in the comments down below.
I'm Spencer.
I'm JD.
This has been the heel turn.
Thanks for watching. You about to say something else?